Good night, everyone. It is my pleasure to speak to you how to verify your 14 Litecoin addresses. So while I go through this preamble, you can actually listen to my voice, but see how it's actually going to correlate to what you see on the screen here. A sender and a recipient. Okay, great. So let's look at what is powering this entire process. And what is empowering this entire process is a pitch. A pitch for this is, how do you transfer funds atomically? So instead of sending someone $100, why can't you just send them a file that generates 100 US in trades? In this case, 100 US represents one Litecoin. Okay. Good. So Litecoin fluctuates, but let's say for argument's sake, one Litecoin was valued at 100 US. So whatever I can tell you is that we are going to be sending you a file that allows you to generate one Litecoin over and over again. So that means would there be any need to send you 100 US? All we need to do is send you a file to generate 100 US over and over again. That's great. So that speed is fast and instant, is at the subatomic level. Listen to the words I'm using. So when we actually reveal the name of the website tomorrow, you'll understand why this video went up tonight. Okay. Now, what does subatomic means? Subatomic means having dimensions smaller than atomic dimensions. And this is the part I really love. Or forming a single unit or component in a larger system. And that is you, the members of the community. That also includes the members of the cohort team. The largest system that I'm building that vision by myself. The cohort team have been with me the longest. Okay, but the person who is building this vision is myself. And what I want to do is bring persons along with me with that vision. But it goes on to say this: it is a society made up of atomic individuals pursuing private interests. And that is what I want person to understand. Everybody has their own personal projects. I've asked the members of the cohort team to let me know what their personal projects are, because to believe that I will invite person to follow Carl on this vision. What about Carl helping you with your vision? Fintech companies, real estate, biodiversity ideas, nonprofit organizations, and there isn't anything that we can't do together. Okay, so generally you can summarize atomic as one at a time. For example, when accessing a specific property, that property may even be mutating. It means that it can only read or write operation can be performed only once. A read or write operation can be performed at a time, either or. Can be done twice. If you have a program that reads a property atomically, that means that a property cannot change during this read operation, meaning that when we send funds from point A to point B, no bank, no government can change what it is. No fees. So look at this. You have two clear processes right here: sender, recipient, nobody else. No one else is in between that. That is what we developed. So instantly, the file that we give you generates the trades using binary options, bucket options. It generates it. Then there is no entity that is in between you and the recipient. And this works even better than cryptocurrency. Great. So you're allowing person to understand why we built these 14 Litecoin addresses. Why did we build these 14 stacks in the first place? Now, you know me, I like my words and whatnot. What is the simple definition of relative atomic mass? I actually went all on this because I love the word atomic, and that actually wraps into the name of the website. A relative atomic mass is a measure of how atoms are. You cannot measure the weight of a wallet, a flash drive that has in 4 gigs and another flash drive that has 4 kilobytes. 4,000 bytes, kilobytes over 4 displays. Each flash drive weighs the same. So we're going to be trying to create a process where the movement of information has weight. Okay, so we're going to go into the whole area of the ratio, the average measurement, carbon, all that kind of stuff. That's technical stuff. The point I'm making is that if you look at the screen, while it was talking, you were looking at the fact that the sender, step 1, to verify your role in the whole atmosphere, the whole ecosystem, the whole process of all of this, you clearly indicate who you are in the whole ecosystem. You're either a sender or a recipient. And by doing that, you let us know how you want to be distinguished. Either you're there to put funds into the stack by sending funds into it, or you indicate yourself, well, Carl, I want to receive from stacks. So let's say you want to indicate you're a sender. Okay, so this part over here is sender. Now you want to send. So that means step 1, a specific amount of Litecoin will be sent to your address. Okay, so the whole point of this is to verify that your Litecoin address exists. So step 1, let's say, for example, this is the example here. Example. And I send you 0.1375375 Litecoin. Now, I also have to take into account the cost of sending site Litecoin, 0.001. So that means that I have to send you in total this. I send you 0.1385 because this goes to the miners. Remember, our process is to eradicate this, any fees, but more on that later. You, step 2, you will confirm. I will not tell you I'm sending step 2. When you see in your account, you see 0.1375. You then confirm that, and I say confirm. Well, you tell me that, I confirm that. Now, the best thing about this is that we've built in a ubiquitous system. So when persons are seeing the Ignite broadcast, community broadcast, and they see one person saying, or the Ignite broadcast saying, person X has now been very for step 4, the form that we filled out allows persons to indicate what Litecoin address they have connected to what stack they choose. And persons can do that in any form, any sequence they want. It's a really cool system. That's the first layer of ubiquitousness, encryption. Number 2, that means the person can then do what? Number 3, then you can send back the amount plus your deposit. Remember, you've indicated yourself as a sender. You want to put funds into this stack. We found a way to ubiquitously, creatively, strategically, and also, and well, I don't know if anonymously is a word, but anonymously, yes, that's a word, I think it is, to place funds into a stack without even notifying anyone. So before we would put funds into a stack, we then have to come and indicate in the CBL app we're building, or even put those funds, those information into a group chat. We want to make sure that when we indicate that person X has been verified for a specific stack, the person is neither indicated as a sender or receiver. All it's saying is that person has been verified for a said stack. Only that person and the stack recipient knows what that verification was. It's so perfect. Okay, so step 3. So that person can either send back 0.1375, or they can add on to that 1 Litecoin plus the cost of sending it. So they send back, what they send back to the stack is this. They send back what the original, let me just put that is one Litecoin, and this is supposed to be 0.0.1375. My apologies. So look at that. We sent 0.1375 to that person. That person sent that confirmation back, but they didn't say, you know what? I want to deposit back to that stack. I'm going to send one Litecoin done with it. So I'm going to send one Litecoin back to that. Step number 4, the amount will be then received, and you receive 1.4 million US over 12 months for your direct copy trades. Now, how do we do that? We have 12 months. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. You just sent one Litecoin. One Litecoin. One Litecoin. You sent it back, because this is where you sent back, subtract the fee, one Litecoin. Now, that means that we use standard metrics up here. Equals to this times 92%. So this one here represents one Litecoin. 1 equals 1. Remember, persons before place 1, okay, that is also 100% matching. Good. So you do this equals to this plus that. Remember, we are using one Litecoin as 100 US. So all we have to do is find out when you find it, whatever value we just make 100, might up by 100, we know what we want. So then this times 100, sorry, 92%, 82%, and you follow that process down equals to this plus that, and you come down. It's per month. So after 12 months, you have 1,311.114 Litecoin, 92% of that. So this is what you end up with. Now, you have to take what you placed and got out. So the total you get is this plus that. This is what your end result is, 2,509 Litecoin. You have to take that equals to this times 100, and you have 225. I think, let me see the dollar value of that. That's 250,000 US, $250,000. So that means that we have to do what? Equals to this, 14000, $1.4 million, hit $140,000. We add another 0 here. So you have to take the integer value equals of int, and you need to divide this by that. But actually, let me round it to two decimals equals of round up. This divided equals to round up equals to round up of this divided by this. Actually, put that over here. And I'm going to do that to 0 decimal places, 0 decimal places. So we have to do a number of 6 times. 6 times to do this. Okay? So let's multiply equals to this. 6 times that. 1.5 approximately. No, that means, remember, these are months here. So let's leave out specific days. There are 5 days in a week. We don't include Saturdays and Sundays. 5 days a week for 4 days. So that means 20 days. 20 days to turn one Litecoin into 1.92 Litecoin, which is this value. So this is actually let's say 40 days, and let's multiply with this, and then equals to this plus 20. I'm going to write down. $240 days. 240 days. So 240 days, that means equals to this divided by that That is an average of 6,274.15 per day. Okay. No, we're supposed to have a growth metric of 6. So equal to that divided by this, and that means as 1,045. We get it closer. So remember, one Litecoin represents 1045. So equal to this divided by 100, 10,046 cents. Ladies and gentlemen, that I am pretty sure that number looks very familiar. Remember last Saturday night, my team members were showing how to take 10 US and grow laterally this way. We actually showed you how we can go that way laterally, and then do what? Go vertically down based on that amount. Imagine that you're going to present it with a file that once this is attached to your pocket option account, and when my team trades, when we're doing this for ourselves, it allows your pocket option to mimic what we're doing. This fancy mathematics, you don't have to work about. All you have to do is make sure that your account is verified. So that is what happens in step 4. So step 1 is you send the funds to us. Step 2, you confirm the amount. Step 3, you just send back if you so deserve. And it's a ubiquitous system. So when we indicate that you verify for step X, that's all you're doing. You do not even have to do that. You can just send back just what we say you, and that's it. You don't have to say anything extra. That is totally voluntary, but it's a really cool way to make funds to stocks without notifying the world. You just verify for a specific amount only. Remember, sender and recipients only you, and the cohort team know what you're sending. Now, step 4 is a little bit complicated. That's why I take myself to show you exactly. So a person may ask, how are they going to take that and create this in 12 months? Compound interest is a lovely, lovely process. Now, since we understand that, let's look and see what happens to a recipient, a person who doesn't have Litecoin. A person who doesn't have Litecoin. Okay. Now, so that means we're going to follow the same process. Step 1, a specific amount of Litecoin will be sent to the stock address. So in other words, my team sends funds to the stock on your behalf. So we then send, let's say we send 1 Litecoin to the stock. That's 1 Litecoin. Remember over here, 1 Litecoin is 100% matching, right? So we send 1 Litecoin to the stock, and we also add in. Let me just come over here a little bit, just a little bit here. I don't want to lose what I have from before there. And let's see here. Let me just pull this over here so you can actually make it work. And reduce this to bring it close over. All right, excellent. All right, because so I also add in 0.001 to send that to you. Right, so step 1, a specific amount of Litecoin will be sent to the stock. So my team, if you don't have Litecoin, I'm asking this, we're going to put Litecoin in the stock for you. This is you receiving. This is not you sending to us. This is how we are going to ubiquitously connect you verify to a stock. But in the process, you receive funds. So that way, no one knows whether they just know you verified for a stock, but they don't know if you sent or received it or received from it. Okay. Step 2, a cohort member will confirm the amount. So they will let us know we're sending person X 1 Litecoin. We confirm that. And step 3, we will then send back the amount less your deposit. So if we indicate that you want, let's say, 0.75 Litecoin, step 3, all you do is send back 0.25. This is so cool. This is so cool. Instead of you sending back the entire Litecoin, which it does confirm you received it, we sent you the stock, we send it, a cohort member confirms it, send it to you, you decide, okay, I'm going to send back the entire amount. But what if you didn't send back the entire amount? You just sent back 0.25. That means you kept 0.75 Litecoin for yourself. So that means mathematically, we didn't pay you, just sent back the difference of what you wanted to keep. And that also ties into what? Compounding these stocks. This process is so perfect, right? So that way, number 3, we will then send back the amount less your deposit. Personally, this is so great. And step 4, I don't think they're going to repeat that process. The team takes what you send back to us, and we just adjust this according to what you send back. So perfect. You already have funds. Your Litecoin wallet has you just send back the difference, and it works. Let's say our process sent 11 Litecoin to the staff. You kept 1 Litecoin for yourself, and you sent us back 10 Litecoin. It works the exact way. Let's in reverse. You kept 10 Litecoin for yourself and only sent back 1, but as a recipient, no one knows that as a recipient, you're still receiving funds from us, but they instantly redepositing back to the staff. Okay, so this process here is step 4. The amount we use is the deposit. You receive 1 performance less 12 over 12 months for a direct copy trade. So that means my team does not distinguish whether if you have Litecoin or not. That's the beauty about this, because my wife said it. Carl, you've designed a beautiful system, and all you need is for a person to buy into the vision, get a Litecoin address, and we send funds to you. Remember, we want to prove this works. So this is not a process where we're trying to scam persons. We're not trying to profit off of you. We're not trying to attack your mindset. Okay? We do not want persons to feel we are using you. Okay? You are helping us. You are actually assisting us to prove this works. So really, it's in our best interest to make sure that you understand how it works, because anyone trying to explain to you how this lateral and vertical compounding, and no, we were only taught vertical compounding. Okay, 20. Let me put this over here. Equals to this. Then that times 2. And I am not even including the lateral component here. That goes to 4080. Let's see what happens when you do this 12 times. 1, 2. Let me have this over here. Well, I'll put this all its values. And $. No, that's 10 US down to $20,000, $40,000. But remember, we have to do this 6 times. 6 times. So really, that is 20. I use this times 2. Times 6. Now, these numbers, I want to tell you, these numbers are going to get really crazy here. Okay, so this is just this. So let's see what happens. I am guarantee you I have to increase the width of these. And ladies and gentlemen, this is not my mathematics. This is how compound interest works. So how do we do this 6 times? My team is a team of 20 persons. 20 persons. And this needs to be done 6 times. So you do the mathematics. If the cohort team is a team of 20 persons, and we just need to do this 6 times, that means that we have more than enough persons to do this 6 times in a given rotation. So let's copy this down. And this is so cool. Look at those numbers. I don't know if that is a billion, but those are some really crazy numbers here. Really crazy numbers. But let's bring this back down to reality. Let's say out of 100 trades, my team only gets 1 correct. Let's do that. I will put it over here and bring this up here. Let's say, for argument's sake, equals to this times 1%. I mean, out of every 100 trades, my team only got 1 right. Even that is still, I think we get rid of all these, because oh yeah, this is nice. This is nice because this is going to be our next reveal. So this is 1%, $1.20. Here we go. 1% of that, $14.40. Yeah, but we get in there. 1%. Delete this. Well, 172. Remember, this is an event that my team does 100 trades and only get 1 right, because we're doing lateral. So we all know how that works. Delete that. Next one, 2000. We're getting closer. That and we get in there. So now this is 24. Remember the number we have before down here. So right here at the five-month mark, we started with $1.20. Compound interest is a lovely thing. I mean, that is 298. Well, and this is only 1% of out of 100 trades. That 3.5 million US. Now this is at month 7. Remember, this is how compound interest works. This is not Carl's doing. This is how compound interest works. That, this, that, and we are going. This is really cool, and we are already, and right now we're at the $1 billion level. Now let's say we don't do it 6 days, 6 times. My apologies. Take it out and say we only do it. We only do this once. Come in. I'm trying to reduce it into some realistic numbers here. Okay. Once. Let's do it twice. Twice. And show powerful compound interest is. Let's do it twice. Let's do it twice a day. And we're already at the one. That's the 1.6 is a 1% of just out of 100 trades. We only get 1 rate for that day. This is awesome, ladies and gentlemen. And this is only for twice. So I'm just showing persons the level of attention to detail that we're putting into verifying your Litecoin addresses. We have the process of, this is a summary here, to verify your Litecoin address. There are 4 steps. The step 4 my team handles. We take whatever is left into the stacks and we apply both lateral this way, so that in the event that we do 100 trades, we just need to get 1 right, because we're doing lateral trades. When we're going laterally for like 100 trades, we just want to make sure for that 100 trades we get 1 right, and that allows us to compound interest down. Even if we get 40 right, and my team has a very high percentage rate over those 100 trades, and with our dossier trading, we're not sitting by the computer and doing this. Our algorithm is trading for us. It's not a bot, it's an algorithm that we built based off of our skill set. So this algorithm is just trading like us in our absence. That's all it is. We documented our skill set, we put it into a file, and we execute it. We're gonna allow you to when your file is processed, your precaution files are trading still like verbatim. We all know how the copying works. Great. So allow you to realize that this is being done laterally. We're gonna do 100 trades going that way, and we just need to get 1 right. Out of 100 trades, we just need to get 1 right. This is so awesome. And in the event that we start with $10, we just need to have a 40-cent profit. Yeah, we subtracted that. So let's say that we take our grandioso element, and let's say 1%. We just need to get 1 right out of 100 trades laterally. And once we get a 1 trade, at least 1, 2, 10, or whatever we get it, 6, we just go down the next line. That means that we have multiple elements of that in real account. You can log into your account and draw those funds off. So ladies and gentlemen, I think this part, step 4, is a little bit mathematically challenged, but I want person to full transparency to explain how do we end up with those kind of funds, compound interest, ladies and gentlemen. But all you do step 1, step 2, and step 3. We handle the rest. Okay. So I hope this video allows you to understand in a holistic way how do you verify your 14 Litecoin addresses.